Everyone needs to mute. Who's going to just start talking? Just turn on your mic and start.
You want me to start, right, with HSC?
No, I'm going to introduce you and then you start. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Fine.
Everyone needs to mute. Who's going to just start talking? Just turn
All
on
right,
your mic and start.
we're live. All right. Hello, delegates. Since I imagine all of you are very eager to know the results, since I realize that all of you must be very eager to know the results of this conference, I'm now going to go towards the guest chair of HSC, who's going to first announce the awards. All of you are very eager to know the results. Since I realize that all of you are very eager.
I'm the guest chair of HRC. I think you meant HSC.
Yeah, HSC. You spotlighted the wrong person.
I'm HRC.
Anyway, hi delegates. My name is Rohan Sudoni. I'm the guest chef of HSC this year. Overall, HSC was a really fun committee. Delegates did very well. They actually exceeded my expectations for committee. I think the only thing that is, from what I heard from the other chairpersons, when they came to our committee, they were very surprised to see how orderly and disciplined the committee was, which is something I'm very proud of. Sharath, I'm better than you. So anyway, yeah. So I won't take up too much of your time. I'll just go ahead and announce the best delegate award for HSC. The best delegate for HSC this year is one of my juniors who recently shifted to another school. He's an excellent delegate. I've mooned with him previously in a few ambience. I have chaired him before, kind of. And I'm really pleased to see his improvement. The best delegate for HSC goes to the delegate of USSR. Now I'll hand it off to Raghavan to announce the high commendations for HSC.
Right. So for this MUN, the two high commendations were very close. In fact, they were so close that we decided it would be unfair to either delegate to rank them over each other. So for this MUN and for this committee, our high comms are the United States of America and the Republic of Korea. Now I'm going to give it to our director to announce the special mentions. Dhruv.
Hello, I'm Dhruv Mani. I'm the director of the Historic Security Council, and I'm going to be announcing the special mentions. So the Spec 1 goes to DPRK, who did a fantastic job at just articulating himself and expressing himself in committee. And the Spec 2 goes to the delegate of PRC, which is People's Republic of China. He also just did an amazing job and sealed everything and made sure his country's belief was maintained through the whole committee. And from here, I'm going to give it to the next committee, which is HRC, to Sarath, who is the chair.
All right. Thank you very much, EB of Historical Security Council. Now we're going to be passing it over to the delegates to the EB of the United Nations Human Rights Council. So first to Sharath, who's the guest chair of HRC.
Hello. First of all, I'd just like to thank the entire OC and all the executive boards here, Harsh, Hale, and APL as a school for having me. I know it's a bit of a risk getting this random guy from Malaysia that used to be part of the Chennai circuit. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say I'm very outraged by what Rohan Subramani has just claimed. He's not better than me. I'm better than Rohan Subramani. And I understand that our committee got a little chaotic. There was a point where the Deputy Secretary General managed to scare my entire committee with just the bread emoji. But other than that, I feel like a lot of the thought processes and a lot of the debate that was going on was actually very interesting to, to observe. And I'm glad that we had, I think, almost everyone participating and at least giving one speech, even though a lot of people, Russia, was complaining about the number of GSLs that they gave. But anyway, without further ado, here are the verbal mentions in no particular order. Delegate of Liberia, delegate of Japan, and delegate of Nigeria. Then for the special mentions, these are also in no particular order. It's the delegate of UK, delegate of Ghana, and the representative of the African Union. Before I hand it over, I'd just like to say, for Udit and I, our first MUN was APLeMUN 2016. And I'm so glad to be back here chairing for APLeMUN 2020. And I'm so glad that a lot of people are starting off their MUN careers with APLeMUN, because I feel like it caters so well to first timers. And I think it acted as a really good foundation for me and got me interested in MUNs. And I hope all you delegates keep MUNing, regardless if you got an award or not, because it really is an amazing extracurricular to do. Anyway, handing it over to Nishka, my co-chair, for, yeah, she'll tell you.
Hi, I'm Nishka. I'm your co-chair for HRC. I'm going to be giving the high commendations. So HighCom 2 goes to a very, let's say, enthusiastic delegate who brought up some pretty interesting solutions. It was the delegate of Russia. And HighCom 1 goes to a delegate who, whenever he did speak up, got up some really great points and really helped committee go forward. And that's the delegate of Burkina Faso. Congratulations. And I'm going to be handing it to the vice chair of HRC, RV Pranav.
Hello, delegates. First off, before I give it the best delegate, I would like to thank the OC and the whole organizing committee, Harsh, Pranav, the marketing head, everyone. They just pulled this off within 2 weeks. They did an amazing job. Kudos. And about committee, I didn't particularly have any expectations. Just that the committee's diplomacy level was very, very low. I was very happy with the fact that all the first timers came in front and spoke. So without further ado, this best delegate award goes to the delegate of USA. I've delegated with this guy. He's one of my very, very best friends, and I'm very proud. And the level of debate he brought in committee was extraordinary, and his understanding and research about the agenda was very, very good. And I'm very proud of the fact that I'm very proud of what kind of debate he brought in committee. With this, I would like to conclude. Harsh, please take over.
Thank you very much, Pranav. Now, after this, I would like to pass the mic over essentially to the executive board of EcoSoc. So first from EcoSoc, we have the guest chair of EcoSoc, Udit Samant. Go ahead, Udit.
Thank you so much, Harsh. Unfortunately, EcoSoc is going to be breaking the trend of undiplomatic committees. EcoSoc was one of the most diplomatic committees I've ever attended. It was quite nice. And as Sharath has already mentioned, this is quite an emotional moment for me and him. And we started off together in APLeMUN 2016 and now both chairing. And also, I've just graduated with APL, so I'd really like to give a huge thank you to Harsh, Hale, and Pranav for inviting me back one last time to be able to participate in the conference that I started off at. Right? APLeMUN EcoSoc this year was quite very unusual, actually, for many reasons. Firstly, experienced delegates usually guide committee. This wasn't the case at all. Most are award winners, most of the delegates who lobbied well, most of the delegates who tried to guide committee had very few experience relative to the highest experience that we had in committee. Right? Another great thing about EcoSoc that was very unusual was the fact that we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of chits coming in every hour. We got a total of 626 chits sent from all the delegates, with delegates sending 30 chits per delegate. It was very interesting. Harsh and I both had to work on chits together for hours and hours and hours. Yesterday, I got 4 hours of sleep, and I'm very happy and proud to announce as such. Goes to the delegate of Armenia for verbal mention 3. The next award goes to the delegate of Belgium for verbal mention 2, and the last verbal mention goes to the delegate of Spain. Now, a lot of these delegates focus too much on speaking. So my advice to you delegates is try sending a few more chits, and you'll easily catch up with any of the delegates that got higher awards in this. Now, moving on to our special mentions. Our first special mention, our first special mention is the delegate of Canada. Canada got our first special mention. Our second special mention goes to the delegate of Chile, and the last special mention goes to the delegate of Australia. All these 3 delegates were very well rounded. They had good chits, they had good points, and they had good GSLs. The only issue was they didn't send enough of them. The recognitions, we mapped all our recognitions, and the issue we found that most of these delegates, unfortunately, did not have enough number of recognitions, and that was the issue. Now, I would like to conclude, and I'd like to say thank you once again to Harsh. I'll be handing over to my director, Arnav, who will be announcing the high commendations. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Arnav. I'm the director for EcoSoc in APLeMUN this year. Like my chair just said, this committee was very different. We had a lot of first timers, and surprisingly, the first timers participated a lot. They guided committee. We saw a lot of inexperienced winners contribute a lot to committee, and it was a completely different experience. And we have we have our high commendations now that I'll get into now. So firstly, we have the second high commendation. That's South Africa. The delegate of South Africa in committee brilliantly attacked and defended attacked other delegates' points and defended their points, and was very well articulated in their speech and contributed a lot to committee. And yeah. Then we have high commendation 1 being the delegate of the United States. They were another delegate that came up with really innovative ideas, ideas that the rest of the committee weren't coming up with, and they were also very articulate in speech. However, both of these delegates can improve in the quality of their chits. They sent a lot of chits, but the quality wasn't at the level that it could have been. And so that's something they could improve to get even better. And now I'd like to pass it on to my vice chair, Vice Shami, for the best delegate.
Hi, delegates. So the only thing I have to say about committee that actually was very special was all of you were so interested to learn, and I think that's why we do MUNs. We do them to learn. And I'm so happy that everyone came in with the mindset that they wanted to leave with a little more knowledge than when they came in. And I, for one, definitely learned a lot through the course of this MUN. So thank you for this experience. Let me tell you guys who our best delegate is. This delegate was so well-rounded and was able to call out countries on their flaws and everything. And it really made for some very engaging debate. This delegate is none other than the delegate of Mexico. Delegate, your only thing that you could work on is your chit quality, just as our director said. Maybe a little more number of chits and also good quality chits would really up your game. But well done, delegate. You are the best delegate for EcoSoc this year.
Thank you very much, Executive Board of EcoSoc and the Executive Board of all 3 committees. Now, before we move on, I'd like to make a quick note. First of all delegates that have got any awards, please make sure you're active as much as possible on Discord over the next 2 days. So we will be able to contact you with any necessary details, especially the best delegates who will each receive a cash prize of 750 rupees. Moreover, delegates, we will, for APLeMUN 2020, what we will be doing is all committees will be publishing their marking schemes. So if you want to see where you need to improve and whatnot, feel free to check it out. We'll be putting it up on our website very soon. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to have our head of organizing committee, Pranav Ponivallavan, make the vote of thanks. Thank you very much.
Good evening, delegates, respected executive board members. This is your head of organizing committee, Pranav Ponivallavan here. And it's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of the entire APLeMUN organizing committee and executive board members, I must mention my deep sense of appreciation for Harsh Venkat, our beloved Secretary General, and as he's the sole reason for us having the MUN conference this year, and to Hail Kim, of course, our enthusiastic Deputy Secretary General, the founder of the idea of Discord for APLeMUN, which was appreciated by almost all of the delegates. Sincere thanks to Tamara and Zayan for providing the best possible methods of marketing for the conference, without which we wouldn't have had around 100 delegates participating. Moving on, I also would like to acknowledge our gratitude to Udit Samant, Sharat Varadarajan, and Rohit Subramani, and to the other executive board members for taking off the busy schedule and volunteering as guest chairpersons of the respective committees. I'm also very grateful to Chandrika ma'am for coordinating this MUN and helping us out when problems arose. And Shirley ma'am for helping us with the certificates as well. Finally, it's our last year as members of the organizing committee. It has been a roller coaster ride for all of us. And as the head of organizing committee for 2 years in a row, I must say it is a bit emotional, as it might be our last event that we take to organize in our schooling years. On behalf of the organizing committee, I feel proud to have organized the first ever APLeMUN online. And finally, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the delegates for participating. It takes a lot of effort and confidence to speak in public. We also had quite a few first-timers this time. This conference wouldn't have been possible without you delegates actively participating throughout these 2 days, providing zealous and compelling debates. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time organizing this MUNs. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Pranav. Now, as for closing this MUN, I'm sure all of you are tired as I am. I just want to completely admit something to everyone here. For an organizing committee that has only 5 members who've had to organize everything over the last few weeks, and an organizing committee that's planned so much, I did not plan this speech. And for that reason, all I'm going to tell all of you is that regardless of your awards, which of course to some extent matter as they indicate how well you've done, regardless of how you made mistakes or how you did well, at the end of the day, I hope you had a good experience and that we were able to provide the best experience for you here at APLeMUN 2020. And on that note, I, Harsh Venkat, Secretary General of APLeMUN Lockdown Edition, declare this conference closed. Thank you very much.